Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of May Google Be With You. Today we are going to use our Jedi mind powers. Now I know in remote learning it's been very difficult to be able to know what our kids have done, what have they worked on, did they even open it, how do I know? So what I'm going to do is show you some tips and tricks inside of Google Classroom and inside of Google Docs to be able to show you, have the kids opened it, have they seen it, what are we doing? So some of these are some ideas from myself and of course our trusty Google ninjas and you amazing teachers out there for some of those strategies. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to be able to go into Google Classroom, some tips to have kids indicate, I've opened it, but then as well, I'm going to show you version history. Now, version history works in every single Google app. It doesn't matter if I'm using drawings, docs, sheets, slides, it all works. But then I'm going to show you an extension that blows my mind called DraftBack. It's an older extension, it's been around for a while, but as soon as we install it, it allows us to see a movie of a Google Doc be played back to us. So this is fantastic for English teachers. So what I'm going to do is take you, first of all, to my Google Classroom and show you what I mean. Okay, so I've got my remote learning classroom, and what I want to do is I want to go to some of my assignments. Now, there's some ways that we can have kids be able to indicate that they have actually even seen or opened the assignment. So when I go into my classwork, I can go and I can see my assignment here. We're going to look at some nonfiction text features. One of the things I can look at is there's a class comment section. If you want, you can actually have kids to indicate that they have seen that this assignment has been assigned and that they're going to work on it. Something simple you could honestly do is have them put a smiley face, if I could type, right here inside the class comments. Easy peasy. Another way you could have them do it is if they're on a Windows machine or if they want to find some emojis, you can actually have emojis right here. Like give me a thumbs up that yes, I have seen this assignment. Woo, woo, two thumbs up. I've got that going here. Now, this would only be a great strategy, of course, if you don't have email notifications for every single one of your class comments. But just know that it is a nice strategy. This comes to us from some of our teachers that have been doing this. We really appreciate these suggestions. Is just letting us know in the class comments as soon as the assignment has been made, have you seen it? You understand it's been assigned. Now let's work on it. So that's one strategy. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into one of the actual assignments. So I'm going to go view assignment. I can see all of my kids' work here. Now don't worry about my kids that are missing. This is just a sample classroom. I'm going to go into Ben's work. One of the features that's so powerful inside of all the Google Docs is the fact that we have a version history. Version history allows me to restore previous versions. This is a great strategy for me, even as a teacher. I've messed up my master version. I want to go back to my original. But when you're inside of work like this in the classroom, just know there's a little pull down menu in the top right hand corner. Control Shift F will also show you that. Now it looks like the full Google Doc. This works for sheets, slides, drawings, any Google app. So I'm going to say File, Version History, See Version History. There's no way to hide your digital footprint inside of Google. If there's no version history at all, it means that the entire document has been copied or pasted. In here, I can see keystroke changes. So anytime a child works on a document, I can see Ben here, I can see his color, and I can see this is the change he made. I can see a timestamp of the changes that he's done in color. I know what he's done. I know how long he's worked on this. So on March 17th, he worked on this, for his total of, 3 minutes, whatever that is. And so I can see each little bit of process that he took to get to this point. So he went from here to here to here. That's the process of him creating this document. It paints a story of that whole thing that's been happening for the student process. It allows you know to what they've been worked on. And to be perfectly honest, you can also see if there was a giant copy and paste. Now we can take this even a step further. And what I want to talk to you about is an extension called DraftBack. Like I said, it's not a new extension, but let's face it, the Star Wars movies are from the 1970s and we're still watching them too. So Draft Back is a great extension. This particular one only works inside of a Google Doc. What it does is it basically creates a little movie, a feature film, if you will, of the process of that writing. I love this. This is fantastic to be able to showcase what a student has done, but also if there was big cut and paste, yeah, you'd see that pretty darn fast. So once you install the extension, I do have it on this website below our video. Put in that extension, and the kids don't need to have it. Honestly, you just need to have it as a teacher, and you're going to get to be able to see that little movie. Let me show you what it looks like. So one of the things to note in order to use DraftBack, I do have the extension installed. We need to open this doc up in its full Google Doc format. So over here on the right-hand side, just so you know, it will show you the actual files that are attached. And at any point in Google Classroom, I can get outside of this assessment view, and I can actually just open in a new window the entire doc. Any doc that has been assigned to a student in a Google Classroom, you actually have edit access to right away, which is one of the reasons we really love it if kids can be able to use these Google tools. Up here in the top right-hand corner, I can see Draft Back because I have the extension installed. It tells me that there's 209 stored versions. I'm going to play this, and here we go. 209 keystroke changes. This is the movie of Ben's work playing for me right now. I can see his process of working on it, all of the different writing he's done. It will cover the timestamp of all of that that's just happened. And then, of course, there's document graphs and statistics. So I can see here where were the document changes on what day, what was the writing sessions, what was the user number of revisions, the time span he spent on this, all in one easy place to be able to find. So I just really, really love. Now, what's fantastic is data is stored nowhere. This was for me to be able to see this. I can go back, I can pause, I can repeat. I think that this just gives us mind powers the kids didn't know were possible, but actually we should let them know it's possible. I always show my students, by the way, I can see your version history. I know every minute that you've worked on this, every change that you've made. What's great is if it was a group work opportunity, you would actually see all of the student names in the version history. They all would be assigned a color, and you would see who made what changes. Now, this is fantastic in our face-to-face classrooms, but in a remote learning environment, it really gives us that connection of what our kids have done. We hope this episode has been helpful for you in developing those Jedi mind powers, and we will see you tomorrow for episode 10. Bye, everybody.